Alright, what I'm going to change my team. If you guys want to make sure you guys like and subscribe. I'm going to do a solo tonight. Then next will be with each other, me and Matthew. Me and Boom, I should say. What if I versus Vikings? Oh yeah. Run do if I can find it. Oh my god, what yo? Aha, alright. Uniforms. I like it to be all purple. Comment down below which is your favorite. Alright, I am ready. I am stoked for I am really stoked to probably watch next season for Vikings. Alright, let's get into it.
Today, from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis.
All right. Okay, I guess I'm
Here's the former UCLA Bruin, Kaimi Fairbairn, to get this one started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. Fighting his way through contact.
there's no announcer.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. Leading them out is their 6'3" quarterback.
Oh no, it's not JJ McCarthy. Whoops, I forgot I had Sam Darnold.
And the thing with Sam Darnold is we know the skill set is there. May not be the most mobile or strongest arm quarterback in the league, but usually plays with good poise and at his best, like a point guard in basketball, able to move around and distribute the rock.
Alright, we're going forward to this one for Jones.
McCarthy going to put it up right away. A check down here to Jones. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. From the 31, here's 2nd and 3. On play action, McCarthy. Going for Jefferson downfield. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete. But the contact is going to move the ball well downfield.
Oh yeah, first down.
Well, obviously, they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches
appreciate. Okay, okay.
In that kind of position, if you're the defender, you got to stay in a spot far downfield where you can play the ball.
I'm doing run play. Okay, I'm good already.
Complete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
I don't want to hear
Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Throwing is McCarthy.
Oh, wow.
Forced out to his left. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder.
This will be our first preseason game.
His kick is right there. It's good. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So the big return had them fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Right.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a first down.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
If I say this, but make sure you guys also hit that bell icon, subscribe button, and the follow button.
And they will be
I
led
know
out by a
that's
man
say
in
it,
his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries
we
take
do
notice
appreciate it.
because you've got
I
to
think
stay
we're
alert
still
back there
at
on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts
so
reach arm talent
124
when
can
preparing
make
for the
it to
NFL draft. A quarterback with
100
arm
and
strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
150.
First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. And right away,
Fumble.
he lost the football. And one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
That was close.
Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
All
Third
right.
down and 1.
Let's get in here. Come on.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he will have a first down here before he gets banged down to the turf pretty hard.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
You talk about closing in a hurry as a safety and run support. Not only did he get a good run in, he gave him a pretty good pop, too, and finished off the play behind the line of scrimmage.
And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. Here's 3rd and 6. Stroud out of the gun here. Work in the middle of the... Now the ball comes loose, and the Vikings pick up the football.
I know I had the football.
And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. It's a gain of 35. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Buying time to his left. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those. And he will
Touchdown,
score.
Jay McCarthy.
Touchdown, Vikings.
Boom.
J.J. McCarthy, a 3-yard touchdown run, and the Vikings are able to stretch out their lead. I'm pretty sure that was a passing play, but he took off pretty quickly and ran with it.
Love his decisiveness on it because you're exactly right. He was supposed to go back in the pocket and survey the field and throw the football, but when that hole opened, he just said, forget it, let's go. And boy, did that work out well.
An extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows to 10-0. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run.
All right.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Stroud's throw taken in by Diggs. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-0 the score after one on EA Sports.
It's the game.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Mixon on the toss right. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. Eluding the pressure right. Open man downfield, it's Naylor. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Now McCarthy throwing on 1st down.
Touchdown.
There's Addison. Touchdown, Vikings.
Yeah.
25 yards for the touchdown. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official.
1, 2. Oh, it's 1. Yeah, it's 1. No good. I saw it. I was wrong. Double check. Yeah.
So take away the touchdown there as that's going to be ruled an incomplete pass. Here's McCarthy. Flush to his right. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go over the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far.
I
You mentioned the early lead.
Now
they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball.
I kind of set up. I thought it was side
second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down. And Stroud now to throw. Another one caught by Collins. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Mixon with a 1st down carry. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. They'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on 3rd down. Stroud to throw it. And
Interception.
Intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3. Except
this is caught inside the 15. And he goes diving to get as much as he can, following a big gain. A nice little cherry on top there at the end. A big play there for Minnesota. 72 yards.
That's how you put field position. What a play right there. That nearly went the distance. Credit this defense for not giving up. They get him down just short of the goal line, but the damage is done. It's going to be 1st and goal from an ideal position.
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown.
I thought he
Aaron
scored.
Jones
Oops.
punching it in from a yard away. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Now the extra point.
It's good.
And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. 1 play, 2 plays, touchdown. That's all it took there. A very short and sweet drive that got him in the end zone.
Alright, listen, I'm not doing this. Okay.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it.
Oh, I had the wrong player.
He will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp.
Yeah.
And at least one practice each week before
I
a
was...
game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their
timeouts.
20 as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Calling an even 40-yard punt, 7 though on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. 1st and 10, here's McCarthy. Steps away. Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline. And that is incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he's got this down to the 35. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we'll head down to Orlando. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the 2nd half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
All right.
Here we go on the return from the 1-yard line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this 3rd quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect 2nd half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Mixon will try to right and hit behind the line.
Oh, we got it back. Let's go.
Oh, one of the linebackers has got it, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Following the fumble recovery, McCarthy escaping the pressure right. That one complete to Naylor. Touchdown, Vikings! Jalen Naylor, 40 yards. And the Vikings take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points. So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks. But, yeah, they've been the better of the two teams by far, and that's great complimentary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
Extra point right down the middle, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. And now out comes Houston. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball. And it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Again, it's Mixon. And he's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage, but that's about it. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And that will be incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
The Texans send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
Yeah, I gotta get that.
And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. That was Will Anderson getting home and finishing the play. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. That is caught by Josh Oliver, the former San Jose State Spartan. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes. Well, they took their shot. That one was kind of up for grabs that time. And you've got to be careful defensively not to make contact too early. But that was textbook right there to get in tight and force the incompletion.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. McCarthy off the play fake.
Buddy, what were you doing?
Okay. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. From the shotgun, McCarthy. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Call it a gain of 5. Fourth down now. They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy dancing to his left. And now he'll let this one go deep, back over the middle. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Flushed out right. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. McCarthy to throw on second down. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Pushing his way through. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. To the air with McCarthy. Eluding the pressure right. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. And that one too wide and incomplete. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. McCarthy operating from the gun. Caught on the right side by Jones. Touchdown. Aaron Jones. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Vikings go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the fourth quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like fourth quarter. And the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
All right, let's stop him.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this
call
one
it
away.
football shutouts. Look.
And running with power here. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Sorry, tired.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the fourth quarter. And a big deficit, Charles. But they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board. So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got...
They intercept Stroud again, the third time in this game. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
All right, we're going to do here.
Looking to throw McCarthy. He'll buy some time right. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
It's been a fun game for him so far, but I think he tried to do just a little too much that time. Give the defense a rare win on that snap.
Now McCarthy. Flush to his right. He's got his target. That's complete. Touchdown, Vikings.
Let's go.
Jordan Addison from 19 yards away. And the Vikings add another 6 points.
I think I won this game, no matter what they can do. They would have to have.
Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt
so, I mean, literally it was a whole hour.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Throwing now is Stroud. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football.
Got it.
And good field position coming up here. The football at the 12-yard line.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the 4th quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. J.J. McCarthy. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are able to capitalize on the forced fumble by turning it into 6 points. Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and puts it on the carpet. It's out,
again.
And the Vikings pick up the football. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
How many fumbles have I had?
I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely
I have
frustrating.
no idea.
Here we are in the 4th quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. And good work there in open space, and he's got this all the way down now to the 32. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. 56 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
All right.
McCarthy now on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. And this will be caught. And the
touchdown and 2 more warning.
It's another
Perfect.
Touchdown. Now for the point after.
All right, it's gonna be 55 maybe.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was T.J. Hawkinson who finished the drive with a touchdown reception. Minnesota's kick team ready. The Vikings boom it away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
1 minute and 38
It was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing a partner. They do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
2nd and 10. Here's Stroud. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, come on. I got football again.
The other side has got it.
And it was a fumble.
The football deep in enemy territory all the way at the 10-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. An inside give to Jones. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And now a fake on the jet sweep and a give to Jones. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. They need 2. Here's 3rd down. Looking to throw. McCarthy toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Charles, they're still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, there are a lot of big grins, I think, from people in their families, from themselves. You're exactly right. Pad the stats when you get an opportunity. It'll certainly help you come contract time.
Stroud from his own end zone. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painting the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now a 2nd and 10. They'll throw again from their own end zone. And they're going to sack him again. The 5th time they've gotten him today, and this one results in a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late 4th quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock, no matter what the score. And we know they don't need the points. They've scored in abundance already. Let's find out how they want to finish this ball game.
That one looks like he'll throw here. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
For the winning team here, Charles,
that's
about as
like,
big and clean of a
subscribe,
win as you can
follow,
hope for in the National
see you
Football
next
League. No
video.
turnovers.
Peace out. The final score was 57-0.
57-0.
Have a good night. See you next video. Peace out. Have a good night.